this is Kylie from Hello Crafter. Welcome to the video tutorial for the first card in your monthly card class kit for August. This one features the lovely sunflower dies that are in the annual catalogue. So I'll begin by showing you what's in the kit. These are the bits and pieces that you've got in your kit. You've got the sunflower that's cut from the sunflower dies, the base part, which is in Daffodil Delight, and the more intricate layering piece that goes on top, and that's in Bumblebee, and that's your little early espresso centerpiece. 2 leaves, and then you've got some linen thread that's about 1/2 metre for each card, and you've got some of these gold glitter dots. You've got your early espresso card base there, which is pre-scored for you, and you've got a piece of In Good Taste papers. It's a dark wood effect paper for the front of your card, and this white piece for the inside of your card, and then a piece of Whisper White that's been die cut with the Stitched So Sweetly dies, and that's where you can stamp a sentiment. So the other things you'll need to complete your card: some glue, some scissors to cut your linen thread, and if you want to attach your linen thread to the back of your sunflower with some double-sided tape, I find that the best way to do that. But if you don't have double-sided tape, then you can just use glue. And you might find also that your die cuts might need the little sections popping out. I like to use a pokey tool for that. And if you don't have one of them, if your scissors are sharp enough, you could just use that, or a pin or something else thin and sharp, just to pop your little die cut pieces out. They should come out fairly easily. So with my die cut sunflower pieces, I can just leave this plain. If you have the Celebrate Sunflowers stamp set, which coordinates with the dies, then you can use this stamp to stamp onto that card in any yellow ink that you might have, and that will just give you some detail onto this piece here. If you don't have the stamp set but want to add something extra to this, then there's another couple of ways that you can do that. You can take blender pens in any yellow colour and just colour on some detail, and you can just do some colouring on there, or use the thick end and just brush on some pattern. Or you can take a sponge dauber and some yellow ink, I'm using Bumblebee here, and just sponge the edges and just go round and sponge around there, and it creates like a bit of a two-tone effect, so that when you place your top layer on, you can see it just adds a little bit of depth to the card. Feel free just to leave it plain though, if you don't want to do any of that. You'll find that the top layer does line up. If you just find that, you might have to just spin it round a few times just to get it lined up, and that's where you can stick it down. It actually is perfectly okay to stick it down not lined up, and that looks just as good in my opinion, so it's up to you. So I'll just take a little bit of glue and just dot that around, not too much because there are little tiny holes, and then I'm not going to bother lining that up, I'll just stick that down. So the glue's just in the centre so that the edges pop up a little bit, and everything's just a little bit 3D. So this one you can glue down. You can use a foam pad if you want this to have a bit of dimension. And that sticks there. And that's your sunflower. So we'll do the card front now, and we'll just stick that piece of the wood effect paper just on the front. And I'll stick the white piece inside as well, so I don't forget to do that. I always like to do that with a dark coloured card, just so it's easier to write on. So I want to arrange my card, and I'll just have a little play before I glue anything down, just so that I'm happy with the placement of everything. And that's where I will stamp something. I'm going to actually stamp this Thanks a Bunch from this set. And you can use any colour ink, black ink could work fine, but I'm using Early Espresso to match the card. I'm just going to ink that up and stamp it along the bottom here. And once I've got that stamped, then I can arrange everything around it. And my linen thread, I mean, you can do anything with that. You can tie a bow, or you can loop it around. So I'm going to cut it in. I'm going to cut it in half, and then each piece I'm going to loop round my fingers. Take a bit of double-sided sticky tape. Stick that on so it just sticks out in 2 loops behind there, and I'll do another one as well. And then I'll just stick everything on. Again, you can use foam pads on this to raise it up a bit. And then the leaves I can just tuck behind with a little bit of glue. And just to finish off, these little gold gems, I'm just put a couple of these on. Just be careful that they don't separate when you take them off. If they do, like this one has, so it's left behind the base of it, and then the glittery domed bit has come off. I'll just use a little bit of glue just to stick that back on. And there you have card number 1 finished, a lovely summery sunflower card.